From watching many movie sequels and prequels down the years, they either fit in two categories. They either go pretty well and are successful and carry on the franchise, or it goes the opposite direction and we forget its existence. But where does Ace Ventura When Nature Calls fit into? Let's find out in just a second. But before we get into Jim Carrey crawling out of a rhino's ass, do us a massive favour and hit that subscribe button. That would be much appreciated. So I'm going to be honest, like I am in every video that you'll see on the channel. I'm always honest about if I don't like a film or if I hate a film. And in this instance, I'm not a big fan of this film. Simple reason being, because the story. I'm always talking about in my movie reviews all the time. If you're a returning viewer, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're new, welcome to the channel. And I love storytelling. Storytelling is the main aspect of why I bang on a film. It's escapism and it's storytelling. But if the story is not up to standard, half the time or most of the time, your story is not going to work, and what your message is and what you're trying to give to the audience just is going to fail. And with this instance, I think it's packed full of comedy. But half the time, the comedy just does not land. And the problem is with that then, if your main aspect is comedy, and most of the comedy does not land, apart from odd scenes in which they're iconic scenes. This movie is basically filmed for like memes and stuff of like, obviously when he's got the devil horns with his hair. You've got obviously where he gets shot by tranquilizer darts, and obviously crawling out of a rhino's ass, which are funny, iconic scenes. But they're trying to carry out an entire shit show of a film. The story is horrendous. From what I read and from what I watched, it was hard to see what the plot actually was about. It turns out that it's about this bat, and then it could stop a civil war from happening. And I'm thinking between like two tribes and stuff, and I'm like, that's not what I saw. What I saw and what I watched was just plain crap. I'm going to be honest. It was just silly comedy that of a 5-year-old wouldn't even laugh at. And you've got these other little things, like I mentioned, these iconic scenes that you're just living off. And half of the jokes were reused from Ace Ventura 1. So I think, for me, what I expect from a sequel is new character development. What are you going to show me this time? What are you going to tell me about this character? What are you going to show me in this instance? But when it's all the same of what you've done in your previous last movie, that shows that you probably shouldn't have made this film. Another thing that was annoying was sort of not a big thing for me, because to me, actors and actresses don't really play into really the execution of a story. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I've watched films that are great, which have like mediocre actors and actresses and still carry it along. But it looked like it was just Jim Carrey and then Ian McNeice, and then that was it. The rest of them, I had no idea who they were. And that's not a bad thing, but they didn't really show any character. That they didn't bring anything that somebody else could have. And if you look at the people that were in the Ace Ventura 1 film, you had others to lean off in that particular film. You had known faces within Ace Ventura Pet Detective, whereas in this one, it just felt like you had, like I said, Ian McNeice and Jim Carrey, and that was it. I think the real reason is that they didn't leave much of a gap between Ace Ventura 1 and Ace Ventura 2. If they'd have left a bit of a gap, they could have written a better story, and they could have put in better actors and actresses within that particular film. But since they rushed it out, it didn't turn into what I would have called a good and worthy sequel for Ace Ventura Pet Detective. People might disagree, let us know down in the comments down below. But before we jump back into this video, guys, please do us a massive favour and smash that subscribe button, because you do not want to miss a thing this week, next week, and the week after, because we've got tons and tons of content planned for you guys. And you can do us a massive favour by smashing that subscribe button, joining the community, getting updates to all the latest videos from the YouTube shorts to the actual videos. It is well worth it, completely free, and you will not regret it. So to summarise, for me, I think Ace Ventura When Nature Calls could have been a success, but it weren't. I'm just going to be honest, it was not a success in my opinion. Hence why I've rated this a 5.9 and a poor film. Let us know down in the comments down below if you love this film, if you hate it. Let us know your thoughts, your ratings, all down in the comments down below, please, if you would not mind. Also, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I shall see you fine, folks, in the next one. Laters.